Is this for the podcast or is this for the recording?
This is for
I've
the
already
both.
got the recording
Yeah.
going.
Okay.
Did you
Okay.
not
you
get
guys
the
hear my
recording?
game?
No. I got the recording. I just want to make
Okay.
sure.
No, we hear you recording, Skylar. It's fine. It'll provide some
good.
background noise, so it's not completely deaf and boring.
Oh, okay.
All right, and we're live, so if you want to share, go ahead and share again, even though I fucked that up. But don't worry, no one saw that first share. It's fine. It was all fake news, you know. We're gonna get them.
Fake news, we were never live before.
Yeah, we're never live. Don't believe other people's intentions. It's all fake news. Welcome to the Phoning It In podcast, formerly known as the Saltier podcast.
I'm to share my profile.
We are completely scared of the snow here up in the Pacific Northwest, aka Seattle. Mostly
It's not even so much the snow. It's the other drivers in the snow I don't trust.
because
Fair.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair.
they are out of control out here. So everyone's playing it
Crazy.
safe, not being on the snow, and watching people like flip their semis and off of a black ice patch. So
Spilling toothpicks all over the road.
we decided to do something experimental, which I've been batting in my head for a while, and wanted to see if we can actually do it. We literally phoned in everyone from their houses, all over from Seattle, to talk about something. Maybe video games, maybe what we're doing with our lives. I don't really know, but I'm in control of the ship now. Derek's not anymore.
Did you say
So-
you're the captain now?
He is the captain now.
I am the way. That's how it goes, right? That's
Yes.
that's
This is
Spaceman.
the way.
Yeah, Magic Spaceman night.
Yep.
Perfect.
This is the way.
So I am the way. I guess that's our lengthy introduction because we're literally launching something on the behalf of our podcast producers, Keith Ibuki and Bobby Stills. Maybe they might tune in, maybe they might not. I don't really know. Everyone's scared of the snow. But let's
Not even
start
that
with to my left, right here. Does it match up, Sage? No.
No, I'm
Yeah.
on your right.
Okay, so she would be on my
On
right.
my screen, she's to your left.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
On your-
So
on
to
your
my
left.
left, right
It's a
here.
work in progress, everybody.
Point the other way. Oh wait, whoa, what?
Yeah.
My monitors don't do the same thing.
So
Okay, hi, it's me. It's Sage. Sageville on most of the things, I guess.
You're having zero technical issues.
I'm having no technical issues. Lag is doing very great, actually, between my live on Discord and my live on Facebook, so there isn't much of an issue. I am kind of snowed in. I looked outside this morning and was like, road's clear. There's lots of snow, about 2 inches on my car. I'm going to stay home.
Always a good choice.
Mainly because I know our office in Bellevue was going to be closed because they don't clean the driveway. That's not safe, and I don't want to go into a marsh. So that's why I stayed home today.
Frozen marsh.
Yeah. Well, frozen
Redmond used to
fog.
be like a notorious swamp marsh area too before they got rid of it all.
Just made it Marymore?
Okay. Okay, so Sage, there's someone should be down from you. I think we know who that is.
That'd be
So-
the save rings.
Yeah.
Hi.
He's down here on the
This would
bottom, like right here, directly below Sage.
Yes. This would be the save rings. Hi. This is a new experience for me. At least as far as us recording it. We were on here, a couple months ago? I guess it's been a while ago, about a year ago. There's about 6 of us in a Discord, and we're like, I love this cacophony. We should record this. So I guess now, due to weather, we're actually in this chat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do right now because I'm usually staring at you guys in person, and now I just see you like 3 seconds behind on Discord. Welcome back. I guess are we gonna do the introductions? Are we doing the full thing? Are we gonna come?
Well,
full
we're doing an
circle and come back
introduction.
around?
I mean,
I will say,
okay.
I'm still here.
yeah.
Yeah, Space Sky, right next to me.
So
going
it
on,
would be
Space Guy?
beneath me here, right here.
This is your boy, All Might Space Skyler. I am currently streaming Teamfight Tactics because I'm not going to pull out my laptop to get a webcam.
This way.
Your team fight
you might-
tactics window froze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might
you're
want to.
correct.
No, I think it's showing the launcher, so you might want to go to like your Discord and tell it to share a different screen, and that I'm actually
Oh,
showing
really?
the screen that you're playing on. Yeah,
No.
I think it's showing like your launcher.
Or his video feed's frozen. One of the two.
something.
That's weird.
Well, anyways, so we have on the line All Might Space Skylar, who's literally stumbled into the podcast, and then he's like,
Yes.
"I'm ready to talk." I'm like, "Okay, we're bringing you in." Not prepared for anything at all, but literally just stumbling in.
Yep, like a drunk hobo.
Yeah.
All right, there's the savoring. ...
Yep. And then right here you have your boy Von Shady, who kind of put this together on the fly. Didn't really think about it. Probably had a little something too much, but we managed to pull this off.
Yeah, this is something he may or may not do in a paid manner. In his real
Whoa!
time.
Why are you putting up paywalls, dude? We're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. Don't
Not
scare
even in it.
away
No.
the three people
No,
who
but
actually
I'm-
watch us.
No, but I'm saying for those that are
Subscribe
like,
to
oh,
my
he just whipped it
podcast.
up, huh? Yeah. But yeah, for the people out there that were like, oh, you just whipped this up, I'm just putting a disclaimer that you may or may not know a little something about doing this
Yeah.
in professional environments.
No, I mean, I have the career to actually legitimately speak about that as a professional, but I don't like doing that. That's really weird. But anyways,
That's all I was doing. That's all I was doing it for you.
yeah. Russ, on the other hand, has popped up our Steam page.
This is my
or
profile.
Steam groups.
I'll go to.
Oh, that's Russ's group. Never mind.
Aw, it's
Yeah, that was
Christmas.
for my introduction. So here we go. I'm actually gonna post for this. I'm actually gonna post a link for this right here on our page while everybody's looking, I guess, in my little quadrant.
Yeah. Well, you're full screen, but don't worry about that. What are you trying to relay here? Is this the obvious other ways to get a hold of us and listen to our content?
Yes, this is one of our many different ways. This would be here on the screen if you're watching it, and if not, just use your imagination. This is on Steam. This is our Steam group. This is the Saltier Steam group here. You can also find us on Facebook, obviously, if you're watching the stream or just want to look at our find our page on there. We got SoundCloud, we got iTunes, we got all the good stuff. We got what Stitcher, Spotify,
Spotify and
Google
Google Play,
iTunes. I said that already.
iTunes. It's already on there. The link. Nice try.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty much all the ways of getting a hold of us, but it all roots back to the Soundcasting Network. Yeah, usually we have Derek be louder, and then our producer Keith or Robbie would shout from the shadows of the podcasting
Hello,
production
Matt.
area. But for the most part, hello Matt, how's it going? He's typing up some weird shit on. I guess he's making a post on Steam. I don't really
Yeah, this
use
is
the
the
Steam social media website, so this is like all news to me.
Yeah. So I'm actually posting our announcement on Steam that we're broadcasting right now.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Well,
To our
that
like 5 people. Which one
that
of them
was-
is Matt?
yeah. How interesting. We're gonna move away from that. While you make your post, what have
I guess
people
it's
been
better.
playing? I know Sage, you're coming back in for the first time for 2020. What have you been like up to?
So yeah, you guys haven't heard from me since like before Christmas. So Marika and I finished the multiplayer Tomb Raider game on the PS4. And then
Nice.
we got out my Rock Band, and we've been playing like Rock Band 2 for like the last 2 weeks.
Rock Band 2?
Yeah,
On like what? Like the PS3 or something?
on my I have a 360 that works still.
Nice. Yes.
So yeah, we've been playing that.
I haven't heard anyone even say those words in so long.
Wow. A Rock Band used to be my joint. I used to love that game. That's probably like my favorite game of that generation, maybe. It's one of.
I actually had a professor in college that was a texture artist on both Rock Band and the first Borderlands.
And the first Borderlands too?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like some Hall of Fame criteria right there.
So it's kind of just fun to go back and play that because I haven't played it since I was like in high school. And so it's just looking at all the pre-made characters, and one of my characters was just like had a snake for a shirt.
Nice.
Just like, and the snake's like, hello.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know how many bands we created on there, and then like later on we couldn't like play as them later, like something was corrupted. So yeah, I made about 27 bands on that game.
It's ridiculous.
I
Ooh,
am currently playing Team Fight Tactics and a lot of League of Legends lately. That's about it.
That's it. You get the team fight tactics.
Well, so League of Legends right now just started the new season of ranked. So I decided to actually just start up with team fight tactics instead for the auto chess. And yeah,
Okay.
just been pretty much doing that lately. Also, just watched the Legend of Korra series. So good.
Have you finished it? Where'd you find?
Yes. I found it on a streaming site.
Oh,
Moviegaga.to.
okay. So
Movie Gaga.
It used to be Movie Ninja, but they changed
Movie
it.
Gaga.
They probably had to. But anyway,
Ninja out.
mhm.
Interesting,
Nice.
interesting
Team fight
move.
tactics.
It was super good. Glad I watched it.
Nice.
Oh.
Is it on me?
Yeah, I mean it's on split screen right now, but
Okay.
what
No,
are you trying to show off some things?
Yeah, I'm just this was what I've been playing.
Okay.
Mostly Stellaris.
He
I've been trying to-
doesn't really want to give the audio viewers a chance. He was just like, here's a list of all my things as
Well, no, I didn't get to it. I've been playing Stellaris off and on. I've been trying to get back on it since I had two great games going, and they both broke. One broke because of mods, and one broke because of just absentmindedly clicking. Never absentmindedly click through a strategy game or anything with menus, because that will haunt you. So that's pretty much what I did, and I screwed myself over in a game, absentmindedly clicking through stuff and it just replying to the aliens, and I ended up becoming somebody's protectorate, and I couldn't even upgrade my own ships without the permission, and I was just stuck. And there's nothing I could do. I was playing it on Iron Man mode for the achievements, so I couldn't just roll it back. There was no scum saving in this save, and it totally screwed me over. So yeah, I've just been playing Stellaris, and ever since then, I've been trying to, start over and have have a good playthrough. But I've been getting just screwed over with like the worst starts I've ever gotten in that game ever. I think it knows I had two good starts, and now it's like, no, never again will you have a good start. I've been playing Blaze Rush, which is a pretty fun, I think, up to 8-player game. It's kind of like RC Pro Am mixed with Twisted Metal, if you remember either one of those games. Pretty good, and it's really, really fun multiplayer. I should probably buy a copy for our machine in the office so we can play on that too. And I tried to play that Dragon Quest Builders 2 game. I downloaded the demo and did not like. I've been wanting to play the Dragon Quest Builder game since the first one on the PS4. That was only on the PS4, and then the second one came out and it was going to be on the PC as well. So I got the demo and did not like. It's basically Dragon Quest mixed with Minecraft, which kind of sounds like it could be cool, but it's not a good Minecraft clone, and it's not a good Dragon Quest game either. So it's like neither. It's just kind of in the middle. And as far as watching stuff, I guess I've been watching tried to watch Rise of the Skywalker again because I watched it once and I was just like, what was that? And I tried to watch it again, but I can't.
I just saw it, and
Hey, I haven't
my
watched it yet.
opinion is
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I missed something.
Yes.
But also a lot of things were missing. And I
Yes.
have someone who watched a lot of, I went with one of my friends who sees it all the time.
Mm.
Not it, but is more in tune with the Star Wars series. And he's like, both.
Yes. Yeah. You
Things
pretty
were
much nailed it
missing.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
You nailed it right there without spoiling anything. That's a good impression of it. Yeah. And also, I guess I'm semi-internet famous because
okay,
there's-
just
there-
brag
there-
about that.
there- I will. There's a channel I watch. I don't know why it's all fritzing out. There's a channel I watch, and he does strategy playthroughs. And one of the games he plays is Stellaris, and he has these AI tournaments, and you can send in your empire, and he'll actually compete them again, in a big AI tournament. And there's like different rounds of stuff. Well, he picked 3 of mine, and they're right
Aw.
here. If you can't see, if not, I'll post part of this video, or I'll
I mean,
post something
it's
about
good.
these
Go
on
ahead,
here.
just explain it. Just rattle the names off.
So my first empire is I have the Spiffing Brits, and it's pretty much the ye old British Empire in space. And I've always wanted to play as them and be good with them, but no matter what I do, I'm always the first race that the other races want to kill for some reason. And I don't know why. I just want to be everybody's friend and just maybe colonize a planet or two of yours, and just maybe tax you, possibly enslave you. It's fine. But every time I play that game, they're like, the second I meet another alien race, they are always like, "Oh hell no!" and they come right after me. I have another one called the Mainstream, and that's pretty much an alien race that's just built just to pretty much just infiltrate everyone else. and just take over the galaxy. So they're just everywhere. And it kind of turned out that way. I made them a little too good. And then next I have the Enlightened, and these guys are just like pretty much the description he gave in this video is they're pretty much the space Japanese. Like they're very efficient, they're very high tech, they're very traditional, they're very compact. Everything about their society could fit, so they can fit a lot of people in a small place, and be very efficient about it. And they like form federations, and they form, they reach out, and they're a global thing. So that's kind of like how these two were set up. And I suggested that he put these two together, because if you put them together in the same match, even me personally, when I play this game, I'd take both of these guys out, because if you put either one in, chances are they'll gang up with another empire and just take over no matter what you do. But if you put them together, they'll really take over. So I'm interested to see when he actually shows the match that these two are in together. I'm pretty sure they're going to win. So yeah, that was interesting. So as you can see right here in the description, I put my name in it. It's shamelessly plugged. So I got things with Twix, I got the save rings, and I got my YouTube channel and stuff in there. And through the YouTube channel and through my Discord, you find links for the podcast here as well. So gave us a little plug-in too on there. So far, like, I don't know, like 300 people have seen that video.
Nice.
So that's a little something. So as those videos get posted with my empires in them, I'll post more information and brag about it a little bit more. Thank you, Shady.
All right, well, we just watched the nerdiest fucking shout out I've ever seen in my life. But...
It is. And you watch Japanese wrestling.
Yeah. I don't try to do that shit anymore on this podcast, because I think it just goes above people's head. But anyways, at least that was on brand and on topic. Mm-hmm. So you are currently throwing your life away in Stellaris still.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
And a good little nutshell, and then you decided to gamble on 2 games, but not too bad. Not too bad. We came from Scholar, we went to Save Rings, and then Sage. Or did we go the other way? I don't think I've actually talked about any of the games.
I think it's your turn.
For me, I fell back into Destiny 2. So
nice.
Doing that grind again, and right now I ended off at 750, which was I think the last level max, and then I moved up to 850 right now. Still chipping away at Death Stranding here and there. I also
How are you liking Death Stranding?
Strangely addictive, and it's
Really?
not addictive for the reasons why you think it would be addictive. Let me see. I think my gain's too high. The biggest thing about Death Stranding is not just the adventures of delivering. It's like really getting the sense of accomplishment when you build out things for the community to use. So it's got like that weird builder's high when you like build something that's useful for the community, and they like give it a bunch of likes and like constantly upkeep it for you. That's really nice. So I have a couple of like hotspots that like people really liked using.
I have a coworker that's been playing that game pretty heavily, and I think he just beat it maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, and he was like really into it, and he still talks about it, and he talks about like a lot of like the deeper things that you wouldn't think so much happen or would happen in a game like that. So just the way he's been describing it to me, yeah, sounds super interesting. And
yeah. It's got a lot of that. We're gonna be making this infrastructure look really kick ass and useful, and it should alleviate like cargo transport, which ultimately that is the game, is just to move a box from point A to point B. But it's all about how you do it, and that's strangely addictive to me. I don't know why. I never really understood. Hold on, I'm gonna use my mic real quick. All right, cool. Sorry, I had to move my mic because I think I'm blowing out the speakers. Yeah, so that's, and then I'm still trying to finish up Judgment. That's like one of the games that are getting away from me right now, and I'm really close to the end of that. Judgment is a part of the Yakuza series, and like the spiritual successor for Shenmue before Shenmue 3 came out. So it's a lot of open world in the sense they give you a really small map to kind of roam around for the entire time. But within that
and you
map,
gotta wait for stuff in almost real time. It's what was the last one? Yakuza 0. Like I think you have to play for like an hour and a half before you can save it and stuff like that. It's really weird. And you have to beat up and you have to like beat up a drunk guy to make him sober or something.
It's got a weird sense of Japanese humor that is very
really
centric to the
weird.
culture, but I really enjoy it for whatever reason. They essentially make you play the same maps, was it from 0 to 7, or 7 hasn't out yet, but 0 to 6. Or is it 8 that's coming out? I know there's another Yakuza coming out, but it's like a different main character. But essentially, they make you play the exact same town throughout the 7 maps, or the 7 like iterations, because it's all centered around this Japanese district called Kamachiko or something like that. I really hope it's like a real neighborhood, because I want to go check it out on my future adventure to Japan. So that's what I've been up to. Been playing. Not much. I just turned 31. That was about it.
Woo!
Well,
Way
congratulations.
to age.
Yeah. So
Way to not die.
yeah, way to keep on keeping on.
Mm.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Oh shit, we have 8 people watching this again. Anyways,
Do we?
we did.
Hey
we do
Noah.
now.
Hey Brian. Hey friends.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello, friends. You're at the Phoning It In podcast. For those who've joined, we are formerly known as the Salt Tier Podcast, but since no one can make it into the studio today, we're literally phoning it in over Discord for the first time. And some of us
Matt's
were
asking-
prepared, and some of us just kind of stumbled into the doorway.
Hey,
Some of us are kind of in between, like me. We got Matt asking, is anyone playing Iceborne? I just picked up Monster Hunter. I have not installed or played too much of it. I played it on the DS quite a bit. Was that the DS one? Yeah. The DS or the 2DS or 3DS one? I played that one quite a bit. But I haven't picked up Iceborne because it's still full price, and the save range does not do full price.
The save
I
range
don't do it.
same here.
has got other financial constraints in his life right now that you cannot
No,
do that.
I just don't do full price. I can't do it.
Oh,
In 2020.
I was going to say you have to pick your games wisely because you got kids.
No, I still get my games.
Okay. Hey, that's good parenting right there. He
Yeah,
already
it's fine.
account for it.
It's fine. Yeah.
I have a lot of people at my work who are like new and
Oh, hi James.
fathers within like kids under the age of 3 and below, I believe, and so they're really frugal when it comes to games. It's like they have to sit there and really decide this is the game I'm going to play for like 6 months.
Yeah.
It's very interesting
and,
as
like,
you
I
as
did-
a father, you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to buy you whatever games I want.
Yeah, mostly because I kind of keep it picky anyway, and I play games like Stellaris for hundreds of hours anyway. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So the games I do get are the ones that I want, and I can wait on them. Usually, by the time I buy a game like Monster Hunter, like I just bought it because it hit like $21 finally.
Ah,
That's why I got it.
fair
So,
point.
No
Fair
Iceborne
point.
yet, but eventually, yes.
I have a bunch of friends playing Iceborne, but I played Monster Hunter for maybe about 40 hours, and I was like, this is dumb.
The controls are kind of jank, and it's one of those games that I feel like the difficulty is a little artificial because of how it controls.
I don't
Kinda
think
like-
it's a control
Kind of like
scheme
Code
issue.
Vein.
I don't think it's
Kind of
a
like
control
Code Vein.
It can't be a control scheme issue.
And
There's
I
a
like how
bunch
you
of
have to
people.
like pop pots.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't have a pop filter, so that's just gonna pop for you.
No. I mean, like how you have to like constantly be popping potions and eating your food, and the stuff wears out, and you die, and you got to cook it all over again. All that stuff.
The game
think a lot of it's
system is
artificial.
very targeted to people who like the idea of a hunt and like the idea of what it's like to go on a safari hunt. That's what that game is. It gets boring after like the third time you hit or not hit. I was gonna say delete the same monster, kill the same monster for a piece of limb artifact that has a really shitty drop rate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that seemed very pointless to me. But
You
I
have
have
to be in
friends.
the mood for it.
You really do. But I gave it a shot. I bought it. I gave them money. Didn't ask for a refund, and I think I played it for maybe 40 hours, and I gave up on it. It just wasn't for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Like I said, yeah, you have to be in the mood for it.
yeah, definitely in the mood. But man, you just really like having your page show up. But I mean, that's smart because we don't know what your alias is besides like your photo on the
Yeah, and plus
on
that's
the
my
good
name
old
anyway.
Discord window.
Yeah, that's my name on the show anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I think
mean, if
we
I was
should...
being if I was being shameless, I would just scroll down and show like all the links to everything,
Shit.
including the podcast
Yeah.
and the store.
How you doing over there,
Yeah.
Skylar?
How's getting Teamfight Tacticked?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm 4th spot right now, but I just took a loss that I don't think I deserve.
You should reshare your screen so we can kind of keep in.
I was trying to. I don't.
Yeah, I can't share my screen, so.
Can you send that link again?
Oh.
No.
How do
Sage,
they,
can you do it? If you have your window full screen, you can't like hit the share screen button. You have to like pop out a full screen and then
Yeah.
yeah. But do you have the window screen open like we do?
No, I somehow got out of that link.
Oh, wait, I can just DM it to you.
Yeah, do that. Oh yeah, because we have some. We're literally patching this together because I just did this on a whim and see if anyone else wanted to like fall in and try this out. So bear with us, folks. I guess video game news. We've talked. Hey, look at that Team Tactics. Perfect. All right, and so we have Skylar in the bottom right plane.
Oh,
Team
nice.
Tactics.
Perfect.
Russ, what do we have in gaming news today?
Let's take a look here. I pulled some stuff up. There was a rumor that the new Xbox was going to be able to support Steam and the Epic Game Store. That would have a Windows boot mode and such. Strictly a rumor. While that would be nice, it kind of doesn't make sense for them to run Windows on there. I do see maybe an app that would like a Steam app for chat and for matchmaking and things like this, or something with Epic where you can sign in with your Epic account. You kind of have to do that with Fortnite anyway in games like that. So I could definitely see that being built in or having support for some version of their apps on there. But as far as it running Steam straight up on your Xbox, your new Xbox, I don't see that really happening. So that was something that came up. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Would you like to see like a dual boot mode on the next Xbox, or would you just be like whatever, and as long as it had like some kind of app where I could still chat with people on Steam or matchmake with people on Steam, something like that?
I don't know. I kind of already segregated people into their own sections, but like, I don't really have. And that sounded really bad, to be honest. Is how I portrayed that.
Segregation. What year is this?
I was pro segregation in my friends list, based on console preference. I don't think there is an actual market need to have like your Xbox be able to talk to Steam friends and like the networking aspect. It'll be interesting to see if Xbox will allow basically a different storefront where they maybe get a percentage of, saying, hey, for every transaction you have on your Epic or Epic game client on your Xbox, we'll take a percentage off of that. But essentially, it kind of confuses the market, and I don't think anyone would really want to go with that.
Yeah, it's kind of enough for people to even understand like how Game Pass works. Every time I explain Xbox Game Pass to people, it's like I'm speaking a different language. And I'm like, you pay money and you just get to like download games.
Yeah.
And it's most of the Xbox library. And a lot of people don't even know that exists. So yeah, you're right. It would be kind of a big stretch to be like, oh, and by the way, on your next Xbox, it's got Steam chat. People are like, there's Steam on my X. What's Steam? And you have to, yeah. So maybe not at first. I could see the possibility of, because I think on the Xbox app for the PC, I think you can. I think you can message people on Steam. I don't think you can talk directly. I think you can message them and tell them that you want to play with them on Xbox or something like that. But yeah,
it's a weird.
There is a feature.
It's a weird, and like it does counterproductive things of like keeping the person engaged on the Xbox console. When like, hey, your friend from Steam is going to be coming in and saying like, hey, I want to play some games on Steam. Get on your computer. And then,
it'd be one thing if the games were completely cross compatible. Like say for instance Rocket League or what's another one?
Street Fighter V is one of them.
Yes. Like say for instance you had a friend who had it on Steam and you had it on Xbox. If there was a matchmaking feature where you could directly play against each other and make sure you always linked up. Can you do that? No, you can't do that. So if they did something that added,
or for Street Fighter, you potentially can. But
see, if there's
for
a way to
Rocket League, it's really roundabout.
Yeah.
So
if there was ways that had that support built in where you could play a game like that directly with a friend on another platform, I could see that. But as long as I don't know, I couldn't see them going really any further than that. At least starting off.
Fair.
So that was a news thing.
Yeah, I mean, when will the veil be dropped that the Xbox? What are they calling it right now? Xbox Series X? Is that the code name?
Xbox X, yeah.
Oh, Xbox X. Wow, that's not even confusing either.
Yes, yeah. Is it Xbox X or is it just Xbox? They said.
Yeah,
it's one of those.
It's gonna have a share moment again. It's going through a rebirth, relaunch. We're gonna disregard Xbox original. Now this is
and they add
the Xbox.
And speaking of share, they did add a share button to the new Xbox controller. So
they need to fucking cut that shit out.
It's got the home, it's got the Xbox Home, and it's got the start and select, and now it also has the share button. So it's got like 4 buttons besides any of the actual gameplay buttons.
I liked the metamorphosis of the select button on controllers now being the share button after all is said and done. Like,
I'm not a fan of the share button as long as I'm not a fan of it how it is on the PlayStation.
it's a fucking,
I don't know.
it's a legit button you can hit, I baleave.
Yeah, it is, but
Oh,
it
yeah,
takes
it's
you
right
to
here.
like some weird wacky menu.
So based on the controller here, this is a
That it would be to the top right
Yeah,
there where
it's-
where you normally would think a start button would be.
right
But
there.
no, it's not start.
That's actually the select button. If we're gonna be honest about that, the
Start
start
and
button
select are two different things.
yeah,
Like why try to
start
reinvent
would
the
be
wheel, Sony?
Closer to the buttons right here. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's Sony
I
trying to reinvent
never
the wheel.
really understood how they could have marketed that well. They're basically trying to make anyone and everyone be a live stream gamer and share whatever moments you want. I
I
guess
mean that's fine, but like don't get rid of like basic functionality. Like how are you gonna get rid of the start button? That's been a thing since 1985.
well,
Yeah.
I was talking. Well, the start button has evolved into the options button now. So
No, it's
Yeah,
still the
that's-
start button.
yeah, you're still the start button. But it's funny how the select button kind of, made an appearance, did really nothing for a lot of games, except for, like, going to submenus, dropping off most controllers, like the Nintendo 64, the Xbox original controller, and then making its, re-debut as the share button.
Yeah, kind of went underground for a few years.
Yeah, it had to find itself
Uh,
again. It realized it's not about selecting your choices, it's about sharing your experiences.
Yeah, yeah. So you can share games like all sorts of things, like Knack and League of Legends.
Yeah,
Yep.
so,
Onion.
Oh, are you fighting a boss right now, Skylar?
Yeah.
yeah, what's going on over here?
Tear this shit up, yeah.
I'm trying to kill this dragon so I can get this item from him.
Aw, but the dragon's so cute. Why do you want to murder him?
Murder him.
I want the item,
Rude.
even though it's not going super hot for me right now.
Well,
I'm doing
How do you
I'm
tell-
doing the stuff.
are
I'm
you in
still
fourth?
actually top. Yeah, I'm top 4. So top 4 is considered winning in TFT. So I've already done well.
You like rock that dragon.
that's
Yeah,
Ah.
my guys are pretty strong.
very interesting. I still have no idea what this game's about, so we're gonna click away.
It's auto chess.
There's auto
Yeah.
chess.
Yeah,
What's
you
that?
basically put your little pieces in place, and some of them, when you put them next to each other, they do certain things. And some of them are tanky, and some of them are like
So if
support,
you
some of
look
them are
over
healers.
here, I have 7 that are light. So when a light champion dies, all other light champions gain 25% of that champion's max health that died and 25% attack speed. And I turned this person into a light unit,
Hmm.
so then they get that ability. Then rangers to buff that, and then just this dude because he's super meta.
Okay. Super meta. Well, that's
Super
that's
meta.
team fight tactics. That's the lazy man's version of League of Legends. So, if you don't want to
It
actually
is.
click on things and just feel like you've outplayed
Oh,
someone.
they got you this time.
Oh yeah, I lost.
Yeah.
I should have rolled down sooner.
You finished
You
fourth
finished
place.
fourth.
So
That was
Oh,
rigged.
he
Well, here's
rage,
another thing.
rage quit in anger.
So here's another thing. I kind of I saw this today. I thought this was kind of funny. So this is I don't know if we talked about it on the show any at all, but the new Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order. I actually have that game. I've been playing it a little bit. It's pretty good actually, much better than I thought. It's actually the best-selling Star Wars game since 2009.
Okay.
And if you all remember, we definitely reported on this. Was it early last year? Yeah, I believe it was early last year, where the studio that was working on a single-player Star Wars game, they kind of got halfway shut down, and they got the project taken away from them, and it got shipped to another EA office. It was being written by the lady that wrote all the Uncharted games.
Hmm.
Was it Visceral Entertainment or something they were working for? I can't remember. Was it Visceral that shut down? I think it was.
I know Visceral shut down, but I don't think they were responsible for the Nathan Drake series or the Uncharted
No, no,
series.
no, 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 no. They were working on a Star Wars game.
Oh, they were in a Star Wars game. They were
Yeah.
known for the Dead Space trilogy, which
Yes, that's what it was. Yep, that's
honestly
what it was.
very underrated. I wish
Yeah.
that someone was taking up that flag still.
Yep. So yeah, they were working on a Star Wars game, and the game was being written by, I forgot her name, but the lady that wrote all the Uncharted games. And it was part of that thing where they were talking about, or EA was talking about how people aren't really interested in single player games anymore. So the Star Wars game that Lucasfilm, the owners of Star Wars, the ones who make the movies and make things like The Mandalorian. Um, they originally wanted a game that was about bounty hunters and had blasters and stuff like that, and that's what this game was. So I find it funny that this game got canceled, and they wanted EA, who is the sole rights holder of the video games. Disney just handed it right over to them. Um, they had Respawn make this Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order, which has come out and has gotten pretty good reviews. Was actually up for some Game of the Year and won some technical awards and stuff like that. And it is a pretty solid game, story and combat and all that stuff, artwork. Uh, but they originally wanted that game to have blasters and stuff, but Respawn made a Jedi based game instead, which is kind of the opposite of what they wanted. So I find it funny that EA was working on a bounty hunter, because the original game that got canceled was something where you did play as a bounty hunter, or like sort of like as a a detective, more or less, in the Star Wars universe, where you were playing as that type of character. And that game got canceled. And then the other game was the opposite of what they wanted, and it turned out to be a commercial and critical success. So I just thought that pretty much just kind of spells up the things we talk about with the video game industry a lot on this podcast, it seems. Or just a lack of communication on both ends of it, like what could have been.
Rather than let's make more money.
Yeah, because one party was like, "Hey, make us the thing," and the other one was like, "Oh, we don't like making the thing, so we'll cancel the thing." And then they're like, "Okay, make us the thing again," and they're like, "No, we're gonna do the opposite," and then it's their best-selling game. So it's like just back to back. I don't know. I brought it up on the show. I think 2020 is going to be the year of comeuppance for a lot of companies that try to do greedy, short-sighted things over the years. And I think 2020 is going to be the year where a lot of their tactics are just going to start blowing up in their face. And to me, I pointed this out because this is something that kind of points that out. How like two parties thought they knew what they wanted and thought they could tell the fans what they wanted, and then the opposite thing happened. And then one time it happened for the bad, because it canceled out what they were actually wanted. And then they got the opposite, and it turned out to be a bestseller. So it's like, yeah, a lot of these companies are like trying to realize they can't maybe do what they've been doing, because literally the opposite of what they want turns out to be the good thing or the bad thing. So yeah, just point that out.
You made a very convoluted way of saying people don't want to make games, so they'll make it a different way to defy people.
Well, it just shows that EA all this time thinks they know what they're doing. And take a look at Apex, for example. That's a game that they had very little oversight over. A game that they let Respawn kind of do what they wanted to do. And look how that turned out. That was like their biggest game last year, besides FIFA or something like this. And then take a look at Anthem, which was totally their idea. And look what happened. So that's my point.
There is a lot of questions that Anthem still needs to answer.
Exactly.
And, man, that game flopped. And I don't think I've ever been... It wasn't like that game itself was probably the easiest thing to point out and be like, oh, they're over ambitious. They're not going to accomplish anything they're going to set in that game.
Well, here's the thing. They maybe could have done it if that's what the designers of the game and the developers of the game knew what it was. Those guys didn't know what they were actually working on until E3, like the year before, when they saw they're like, that's the game we're making. So this game was in development for like 6 years, but they didn't actually know exactly what it was going to be until this other team cut together this demo reel. And they saw it at E3, and they're like, "Shit, that's what we're making! Like, we're not gonna get that done in like 9 months, because that's how much the time they actually had to work on it after they saw it at E3."
Sage, do you have any experience with Anthem, or knew anyone who played Anthem?
Yeah, anyone?
Oh God, I feel like I tried to install it during PAX not PAX, PDX LAN, and it like super crashed. But that was also Apex Legends, so
Okay.
I had a friend I remember talking about who played it, and he enjoyed doing the raids. But he was like, you just kind of play it for a little bit, and then there's nothing else to do.
So it literally runs out of content like halfway through the game.
Yeah, he was just like, he's like, yeah, we kind of just like played it hard for a few weeks or whatever, and he's like, and then that was just like it.
A lot of people did the thing where they signed up. They tried to use with the Epic Game Pass, essentially what Microsoft Xbox is doing with their Game Pass, but they charge...
you mean Origin Access Premier or whatever it is? Yeah, because it was an Origin game.
Yeah, it was an Origin direct party game, so it just folds it in, and they pitched that Origin Game Pass pretty much at near the launch or after the launch, after Anthem, because no one was buying that shit.
Yeah,
they had to legit don't lump that in for a $5.99 like trial.
Yeah, that game was Fallout 76 before Fallout 76 hit that year.
Yeah, that
Like
was
like, like that was the game everybody was like, "What the hell?" And then Fallout 76 came and like snatched that crown.
God. Except, God damn it, I hate Fallout 76.
It's
yeah.
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It literally ruined a lot of faith that Bethesda can make any MMO ever again.
Hey, you know what? We were talking about this at work. Do you guys know that their next game, Starfield, it's supposed to be picture like No Man's Sky, but made by Bethesda, and we all know how No Man's Sky came out. But that game has to come out this year. It has to come out this year. They can't delay it.
They can't delay
So,
it.
yeah, like financially, they cannot delay
Find
it.
these previews for this Bethesda game. And
Starfield, that's the thing. There is none.
There is none.
There's just like the trailer, like review, like reveal of like the logo. There's no gameplay, and that game has to come out this year. So that's kind of scary. We haven't seen anything for this game. All the while,
see what
Fallout
happens.
76. Yeah. So we might have a game that takes the baton from Fallout 76 on our hands.
I mean, that would be a very interesting thing as like a death sentence if this space game that Bethesda's trying to go for is going to flop horrifically.
Yes.
Because that Fallout 76 thing as a whole, not even just like the launch, all these bugs that come out like 6 to 12 months later, all this shit, poor transaction things, not fulfilling any sort of the special edition of the game where you can get like little perks and things, or like physical collector's edition
Like,
stuff.
for example, today is the 13th when we're recording this. On our last podcast, which is the first one after the new year, I was already talking about how there was a bug already this year, and I think that's where people could pickpocket you from like across the stage. If people were just getting robbed, even of the gear that they were wearing, they'd be fighting something and just all of a sudden be in their underwear because somebody from a cliff a mile away saw them and can take all their stuff. So that was happening a week ago.
They're literally just waiting. Like the game's on a really shitty life support, and as soon as like they launch their next game, they're gonna pull a lot of resources from it, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, I would hope so. Especially when they want to charge $100 a year for their subscription service for that. They're tripping.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Starfield's going to be the game that takes that thunder, takes that baton, and flies off into space with it, literally.
Well, the funny thing is about No Man's Sky is I heard after like 2 to 3 years later, after they implemented all the things they wanted through patches, people have been telling me it's an okay game.
Yeah, they put all the stuff in the game that they promised from the beginning.
Yeah. And so is this a situation where they're going to come up short with all this laundry list of pie-in-the-sky ideas and then really just release it over time, like No Man's Sky? Is that the path they're going to try
Are
to
you
take?
talking about Starfield?
Yeah.
No, Starfield they just have to put out. So I don't know what their thing is, whether they want to like make it a live service, which would be awful because then people can't mod it and fix it. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be just a broken mess. It's going to take the broken mess crown from Fallout 76, which took it from Anthem before it. So it's going to be the broken mess crown holder for now.
Yeah. And
Potentially.
We'll just
And
see
it
how
has to come out this
Bethesda
year.
come out. And like I think Bethesda's working on Elder Scrolls 6, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
So there's going to be a huge jump of people going like, well, I'm just going to play Elder Scrolls 6. They can't even do a Fallout MMO great online. ESO is okay. I'll give it that. It's not terrible, but I can't do it now MMO. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah,
I got
too.
other things to do with my time.
Yeah.
Mr. 31-year-old, old man Drew over here.
The next MMO I do, I'll probably be in like my 70s, and that's when like the Oasis from like Ready Player One will be like a thing, and then I'll just like go into it. Like that'll be like my great MMO.
If I was like old man retired, I'd probably play MMOs. That's probably the best time to actually play MMOs, to be honest.
I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah.
Because what else are you gonna fucking do? You ever shit your pants? You don't really care about people. The computer is gonna be right in front of you. It's gonna be probably like 2 generations behind of what you want to play, but it'll still play the basic MMO.
I would probably go.
Either that or Teamfight Tactics.
Yeah, Teamfight Tactics 8 will be around. It'll be fine.
I'll probably go through my Steam log here. This is just my Steam log. It's kind of stupid. I'd probably want to start catching up on some of this stuff. I mean,
you should really catch up on movie studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch up on movie studios, Vegas movie studios. Shout out to Sony.
I should, yeah. So that's what I'll probably do. I start catching up on everything that I had like 20 hours or less on. Which is most of my games.
I realized I forgot to mention what I picked up
What's up?
recently.
What you got?
I picked up the analog retro HDMI consoles. Russ, if you can bring up a window, it's kind of hard for me to do that on Google.
Yeah.
Type in analog NT. It's actually a local company out here that specializes in retro gaming consoles. NT.
NT.
Yep, just like that. And
Just go to the main side right
yeah,
here.
go to the analog down one link, right there. So I picked these up for Christmas for myself. These are FPGA
Each
consoles.
one of these?
I only picked up the Super NES and the Sega Genesis.
So these two right here.
Yeah, the Famicom NES is like they don't make it anymore, but they're like out there. I don't know why they withheld production on this, but I basically can now digitize any Super NES games and Sega Genesis games and like capture it with HDMI signals. So these consoles legit put out a good clean RGB feed into an HDMI signal with like no lag or latency. And they're about to create their first analog handheld, which will go through like everything.
These right here?
Yeah, it's gonna go from like the Game Boy, I think, to like Game Boy Advance, and then it's gonna support the other Pocket games, like I think Sega Game Gear is gonna be on it. I think Neo Geo Pocket's gonna be on there. So these people know what they're doing with like legit vintage gaming equipment and like creating a solution where you can get like the best possible signal into most current contemporary video. What do you call that? A video dongle, video connection.
Yeah, I think that's what this is right here.
Yeah.
This right here.
No, that's a digital audio to something else. It's an audio converter. It takes analog signals and turn it into a digital feed.
Huh.
So they do a lot of like get old generations of video game stuff to look as best and high quality to our standards today. These consoles were not cheap. They were $250 a pop.
Jeez.
Yeah. I told myself I was gonna get these, and then the next step is to get an EverDrive cartridge, which is one basically. It's the shell of those like horrible Japanese or Chinese like 600 games in one NES cartridge kind of deals.
Nice. Yeah.
But essentially, if you can acquire the ROMs in a legal fashion, you can basically treat it as a ROM cart. And essentially, you load all your ROMs into the cartridge, and then you use the cartridge hardware to literally play the game at the speed it's supposed to be intended at during the hardware configurations. So,
Nice.
attain the ROMs legally, and you can literally just have all your games on your EverDrive cartridge. Don't really have to, like, install any other games. The only games that really aren't compatible are the weird cartridge-based games that had very specific computer chips in it.
Okay.
That I think like the most notorious and easiest one is Super Mario RPG has a very specific chip on it. Star Fox has a very specific chip on it, so they can't emulate 100%.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
probably like Stunt Race Effects and stuff
Stunt
like
Race
that.
Effects is another one. It's like all these games that had weird graphical chips,
Yeah,
outside
they
of
had the FX chip.
yeah. So like it can't really emulate those like perfectly, but I own some of those FX chip-based games, or the Super FX, I think is what they called it. And if you have the actual cartridge with the hardware on it, it should run at like real-time speed, if not better. So that was kind of like a nice little gift to myself, because I really wanted to like just game on like Super NES games on like the real hardware, but
Yeah, up here it is.
putting
Check it out,
putting a fucking composite signal into an HD TV nowadays looks like booty.
Unfortunately, there is no beer sponsor today because we're all streaming from home.
See the
Yes.
to bring up
Hashtag
the
snow
video.
day.
Yeah, hashtag phone it
don't
in,
even-
phone it in podcast. Sean, we unfortunately got snowed out from our studio up here in Seattle, so we decided to try something new, which meant people who wanted to be a part of this Phone It In podcast have to supply their own stuff. So some people supplied their own liquor, some people supplied their other stuff. Mostly
Ooh, other stuff.
Other stuff. But our wonderful sponsors at New Belgium Brewery will always be hooking us up with the Voodoo IPA Ranger, right? Or Voodoo Ranger IPA. Sorry,
Yep.
a little inverted. Thank you. Shout out to Lauren over at New Belgium Brewery to always keep us stocked and always keep it strapped. But, anyways,
Don't have any at home right now.
don't have any at home. Maybe we should just request a personal stash. Hint anymore.
That's what I think.
And show up and take some of it with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I
been
gotta get
asking
my
for
kill
at
streak.
home stash. Yeah, I've been asking for at home stash since the beginning.
Well, we have to work for our supper here at the Phone It In podcast because we literally are phoning it in.
Yeah, we gotta work our way up to that.
I don't know what other catchphrase to come up with phoning it in. But anyways, Phone It In podcast, episode 1. This might be the only one we'll do. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, we've all successfully rambled for about 50 minutes. Maybe it's time to wind
Has
it
it
down.
been 50 minutes?
Yeah.
What? I
Has
don't
it?
believe. Oh my god, you're right. I mean, spoke at all. I swear.
I was only going to let this go for like 30 minutes, and then we just kind of kept going at a speed, and then we had like people coming in and out, and you know, Matt and Sean on the chat were able to keep it engaged.
Hey, Slay.
Yeah, so
Be a good kid. Hope your interview went well.
good kids, good things. So
Nice.
do good, get great things. Yeah, so I guess it's like closing statements. Like, I guess the thing that we should plug is the Tekken Fighting Tournament that's happening at not Trinity. Is it Trinity?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
it?
it is Trinity.
Yeah, it's Trinity.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was always something else. But anyways, there's a big Tekken tournament that our boy Goon PNW and the Salt Tier Podcast / Soundcasting Network / what's Mikey Likey's brand?
Isn't it Mickey Likey?
Craving amazing.
Craving Amazing.
Yeah.
The New Belgian Brewery sponsors us, and
Yes.
we put on a video game tournament, mostly fighting specific, but we put on a video game tournament monthly over at Trinity. This month's tournament is going to be Tekken 7, so learn your Korean backdashes because you ain't anything if you don't know how to do that.
Yeah, look on our Facebook page. I think Loud and Brown's got some swag and got some.
If
some
you're on
promotional
the
stuff.
Saltier Podcast Facebook page or on the Instagram, which is what, Saltier Pod, or is it Saltier?
Salt is it salt? Is it the Instagram is the weird one? It's like salt.tierpod or something like
Yeah.
that.
I think so.
Yeah. As we can tell, we don't have our main marketer here to publicize all of our social media content. But essentially,
We
if you
don't
know
have
how
our
to,
whiteboard of information up either.
yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have our cheat sheet, so we're literally just going off the script. We
Salt _ tier pod is our Instagram.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
I knew it, like that one's the odd one.
it's under the creative group bonus round. I think we're just gonna be cemented doing that title because we were gonna change the name, but it's been two shows. We're just gonna keep it at this point.
Yeah.
but-
I like that name.
The idea is every month we're gonna be playing some sort of game to compete, where you can win cash prizes, drink plentiful amounts of New Belgian Brewery Voodoo Ranger IPA. Wow, I was gonna say Voodoo Gray Skulls, and I'm like, that's not even close. Drink endless amounts of Voodoo Ranger IPA, and come say hi to us. I might say hi and yell at you. I don't know. Depends how much I have to drink.
Tekken tournaments are fun for yelling. We do become a rowdy bunch.
But the catch is we'll be rotating games monthly. So this month is Tekken. I know Goon is all about the anime weeaboo fighters, so you could play, your DBZs.
As I have here on my window.
Yeah, something Arcane Hearts 3 Love Max with 5 exclamation points. I don't know why. Please don't get this shut down. I need to click away from this. This is the lewd material. Get it out
It's
of
an
here.
anime fighter.
Yeah.
It's an anime fighter. There's like no panty
Yeah.
shots. I swear.
I
I don't
mean,
even
I
know.
mean, it
How'd
was,
I-
right,
how'd
it
I
was
even-
literally
how'd
right
I-
there as you scrolled away
how'd
from
I-
it.
How'd I even?
Yeah, there's
how'd I
your
even
Alan
get
Wake,
there?
though.
Yeah, that's the opposite.
It is gonna be happening at the end of this month. So I believe it's the weekend of the 25th. So come down. I think the tournament registration is what, like $15, which is on Smash GG. Again,
Yeah.
all this information somewhere on our social media accounts. I guarantee it's either on Instagram, Twitter, or on our Facebook page. But
I'm pretty sure it's $10 entry fee, $5 door.
I think we're
Yes.
getting rid of the door. We had some meetings yesterday to talk about that, or not yesterday,
Oh, okay.
but last Monday. But I would count on no door fee for spectators to like come in and hang out. It's just literally just if you want to come in and throw down, put up some money. I heard there was a very generous sponsor for this prize pool, so you should come on
You can win
down.
$100.
I think it's a little bit more, but I won't say.
It's I know the cash pool's 300.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think we were pushing the first place was 100.
something like that. But
Yeah,
we are all
gotta get this fish.
most likely are going to be there. I'm going to be in Hawaii. I don't know how to
Oh.
compete anymore, so I will be gone. Someone else will have to take the duty of screaming at people while they're drunk. So it's probably going to be Derek. Loud round. So that's probably my closing statement because I'm too busy playing Destiny, and you guys don't have to hear about that. And then I'm teetering the idea of playing Escape from Tarkov again. It's like dealing with an
Why is that game trending so much right now?
because
What happened?
a lot of popular streamers understood the brilliance of that game and the frustration. If they did or like done dating their toxic partners, they could just deal with that because that game breeds toxicity. It's nothing but a emotional abuse roller coaster of.
But like, what happened? Was there like a big update? Like, what happened? Like, the one big streamer started playing it, and now everybody's playing it. Like, what happened?
It's a combination of streamers coming out and a few game change revisions. Oh, are you trying to lead me into the article that got released about how Escape from Tarkov
people
is
are
sexist?
Yeah, people are mad because there's no female models and blah blah blah. And no, but that's not it. Because
Yeah.
like, I guess that happened after it already blew up. I'm asking like, what made it blow up? Like,
It's
how come
mostly
it got
because
hot all of a
of
sudden?
streamers. Streamers kind of got a hold of it, and they've been releasing maps steadily, and they've changed significant parts of that game to make it be different than it was like a year ago. The
Okay.
other thing is, I think people are just learning to suck it up and just give them money because it's an actually pretty flushed out game. You know how
But like right now, okay. So it's kind of hit like a critical point where people are seeing it more as like an actual game instead of like some early access thing.
yeah, because for the longest time
Okay.
they had like a closed beta, you couldn't even get in, and then they had
Okay.
all right, if you want to get in the closed beta, just throw us money and basically down payment your game. So I threw $150 at it because that looked
How
so
much?
sick. $150 for
How much?
the $150
For the Kickstarter?
No, it was
Baller.
it was already kind of in beta stage at that point, but in the closed beta, so I had a functional game, but I basically got everything maxed out, so I don't have to worry about too much. The thing about that game is you can lose so much more than what you're expecting, and there's no repercussions for it. The appeal of Escape from Tarkov, if no one's really noticed, is that when you enter the raid or like the playable area of the game, you stand to lose everything that you have on you equipped if you die in that round. So you can lose hours of experience in a 5-second firefight. No problem.
So from what I gather in that game, it's more or less the freaking Dark Zone from the Division.
Yes, except
Okay, so that's-
way more harsh.
Way more harsh than hackers in the Dark Zone.
Yeah, because
Especially with the people min maxing and you get melted in like 2 seconds in there.
yeah.
But I guess you're losing all experience and stuff too, right?
No, it's not so much experience. It's mostly gear based, but there isn't like any sort of power armor conditioning. Like, even if you have like a tier 3 helmet, you can get one shot by just like them hitting a sweet spot. Like the hitbox is very detailed.
Okay.
You basically can just get annihilated with that one tap headshot from any gun, and that'll be the end of it. And then once you die, you lose everything. So there goes hours of your time of grinding for guns, getting lucky, harvesting the right bodies, and generally picking up and looting the lost souls of Tarkov.
Okay.
So
I mean, at least they're making games harder.
yeah, it's very unforgiving. There is no HUD either in that game except for what you can put on your gun attachments. And friendly fire, you don't really get to team, like you can group up in a deployment, but friendly fire is on. So you could just get killed by your own teammate. Let me tell you, if you're going to play that game, you're going to have to learn how to study maps. It's guaranteed you're going to need a second screen to look at anything. And then you have to get really good at describing callouts in that game to give other people that you're playing with a reference of where you are, because there is no mini map or heads up display hey, this is a dude. You can get kind of slick with it if you want to wear different uniform clothing together, so you can kind of tell each other apart. But for the most part, you do a little wiggle and say, "Hey, this is me. I'm over here," and then
This one's my butt.
yeah, this is me. I'm over here. So that's Escape from Tarkov, and it's one of those games that I played very, very religiously, and I don't know if I can do that level of devotion again, especially when I'm trying to improve my physical health, because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
Nice.
So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's kind of my closing statements. Let's start with down below here, who refused to show the teamfight tactics screen. Skylar.
What? I'm not refusing to show my teamfight tactics screen.
I think after each game it exits out of your screen share. Oh,
my
there
bad.
it
is. My closing statement is stay salty, my friends. Play some teamfight tactics. Play some. If you never played League before, right now is a good time because the season just reset and the new season is a lot of fun.
Is it any less yelly than it usually is?
Sure.
You don't sound very confident in the level of yelliness.
It's good. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just gonna enjoy some teamfight tactics for a while, and then I'll go back to League. But League's coming out with some new game modes here soon. Their open beta for Runeterra is starting January 25th. That is going to be their card game.
Oh.
And yeah, and it looks really fun actually. So I would highly recommend some people try it out when open beta hits.
All right. Sounds good. All right, so we'll pop out of here and to below Sage, who's running a really choppy game right now, whatever that is. Saverings. What are you playing, and then what are your remaining thoughts?
I'm trying not to die over here. I mean, in real life. Oh, I need a beverage. Yeah, I'm playing Blaze Rush. It's actually not this choppy. It looks kind of choppy in the stream though, in the capture. Yeah, for real, I don't know what happened there.
I know exactly what you're doing.
Can I while he's dying, I have an 8 win streak going on right now. Just throwing it out there.
Well, I'll keep it short and sweet so I'm not coughing in your ear. Play the games you're gonna play. As you can see here in the stream, I'm playing this little chintzy game right here, but it's lots of fun, especially if you play it with some friends. It's called Blaze Rush. Feel free to go ahead and join our Steam group. I can go ahead and show that. Feel free to go ahead. Yep. Feel free to go ahead and join our Steam group. It is Saltier Podcast. I think it's just Saltier here on Steam. Go ahead and join. We're still at 33 members. When we get to 35, when we get to any kind of major milestone, 35, 50, whatever, we got a ton of games to give away. These aren't Cincy games either. These are BattleTech, Street Fighter 5, all kind of stuff like that.
Why can't I not have these games?
Because you're part of the show. You gotta work for it.
Yeah, friends and family are ineligible.
It's written in the bylaws.
Yes.
My friends are ineligible. Then why do?
Well, you know what I mean. I guess that's what they usually say, or
This is
family and friends. Yeah. That's it. Just join us here on Steam. You can see all the different games that we play. This probably needs to be updated here on the side. These are games that we have listed that we all play. But yeah, hit us up if you're looking for people to play with. We do play random stuff. So maybe a game that we play lines up with your sensibilities.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at Skylar's just wrecking.
I'm about to get even more wrecking because I'm gonna be able to hit 9 lights for the first time ever.
Oh,
9 lights.
This is a momentous occasion.
It
I
is.
have
We're
a
watching
9
history, folks.
I have a 9 win streak going right now, folks.
Where were you when Skylar had a 9-game win streak?
We're about to get to level 8.
I
Drop
was
it,
waiting
this
for
person.
stores to open in Stardew Valley.
Woo! 9 light, motherfuckers!
Wow. So he
Okay.
played chess for 9 rounds and won. So good with that.
He did some stuff.
9 of
Nice.
9.
All right. Well, Sage, the only other person with the camera. What are your remaining thoughts?
Play what you want to play. I'm playing Stardew Valley and it refuses to share screen. I am upset. I have a geode and I need to find the goddamn blacksmith.
Nice.
Be safe. Don't get frozen. The road looks clear again.
Good.
I live on a main street.
Well, guess you're going to work tomorrow.
Look at this attack speed!
Not necessarily.
Ah.
If the office is closed, I'm gonna stay home.
Oh my god.
I work for a company that's too big to have their offices closed right now, but they'll
well,
definitely
yeah.
they make it a little more lax about what a snow day is and be like, yeah, you can work from home, it's fine. Safety
Yeah.
is a primary concern of our company's policies. So, cool. This
Go.
go.
What is it? So, nope, I've lost my train of thought. Damn it! Wait, I got this. Let me scroll up. I shared a link in our Super Nintendo World released a video. You should go watch it. It's about Super Nintendo World Japan, and it's featuring Charlie XCX. So
Wait, where did you put the
That's
link
my
at?
Nintendo news.
Because it definitely didn't go anywhere.
it was in our group chat in Facebook. So.
Oh, on Facebook. Okay.
But here, I'll put it in the actual boop. There we
Okay.
go.
Are you putting it in the chat, or are you putting it on
Yeah.
our Discord?
I put it in the Facebook chat.
All right, cool. Hey, there it is. Hey. So,
There you go.
Hey.
so what is this link specifically?
Super Nintendo World. So, let's see. Nintendo just released a video today about the world-class hitmaker Galantis. And Charlie XCX collaborated with them. So it's just a music video, but it involves video games. And she's like hot and kind of strange. So, it's a cool video. That's my...
I like how you trailed off stage like she's hot, and then you just kind of went away from that. All right then.
It looks like you can connect on your phone. So it looks like they might do a mobile thing with Super Nintendo World.
Oh, well, that sounds cool. Nintendo
Yeah.
collaborating with contemporary artists. That seems like a very new recent development, but then again, who knows? Well then, I guess it's time to hang up the phone, guys, because we're done phoning it in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's why you're the
Catchphrases.
professional.
Again, this is a part of the LOC of Saltier Podcast underneath the Soundcasting Network. Check us out on Salt Tier Podcast on several different social medias. Salt_tier pod on Instagram. I think it's Salt Tier Pod or Salt Tier Podcast on Twitter. Obviously, if you know the Facebook, you're already watching us, seeing if this is actually be a viable
Oh my
thing
God,
to do. Shout out to Keith and Robbie for really forcing us to do this. They're very convincing on us doing the show regularly, but sometimes nature has to step in and hang up the call for us. But we will always phone it in. All right, guys.
Hey.
Just for you.
Just for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Russ, we should probably give away a game in the Steam group for people who actually listen to this episode, because I kind of want this to be a thing now.
Yeah, okay, you should. So go on Steam or on our Facebook and just say that you watched this, and we'll put your name in the drawing, and we'll contact you and let you pick a game.
Cool. All right, guys.
All right.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Have a good night.
Peace.